1568 Bishop's Bible, Hebrews, Summary to Chapter 9. How that the ceremonies and sacrifices of the law are abolished, and by the eternity and perfection of Christ's sacrifice. The 9th chapter. The first covenant then had verily justifying ordinances, servings of God, and worldly holiness. For there was a fore-tabernacle made, wherein was the light, and the table, and the showbread, which is called holy. But after the second veil was a tabernacle, which is called holiest of all, which had the golden censer, and the ark of the covenant overlaid round about with gold, wherein was the golden pot having manna, and Aaron's rod that had budded, and the tables of the covenant. And over it the cherubims of glory, shadowing the mercy seat, of which things we cannot now speak particularly. When these things were thus ordained, the priests went always into the first tabernacle, accomplishing the service of God. But into the second went the high priest alone once every year, not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the ignorances of the people. The Holy Ghost this signifying, that the way of holy things was not yet opened, while as yet the first tabernacle was standing, which was a similitude for the time then present, in which were offered gifts and sacrifices that could not make the worshipper perfect as pertaining to the conscience, with only meats and drinks, and divers washings, and justifyings of the flesh, which were laid up until the time of Reformation. But Christ being come on an high priest of good things that should be, by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, and found eternal redemption. For if the blood of oxen and of goats, and the ashes of a young cow, sprinkling the unclean, sanctifieth to the purifying of the flesh, how much more the blood of Christ, which through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God, shall purge your conscience from dead works, to serve the living God. And for this cause is he the mediator of the new covenant, that through death, which was for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first covenant, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. For whereas is a testament, there must also of necessity be the death of him that maketh it. For a testament is confirmed when men are dead, for it is yet of no value, as long as he that maketh the testament is alive. For which cause also, neither the first testament was dedicated without blood. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people, according to the law, taking the blood of calves and of goats, with water and purple wool and hyssop, he sprinkled both the book itself and all the people, saying, This is the blood of the testament, which God hath enjoined unto you. And likewise he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. It is need, then, that the pattern of heavenly things be purified with such things, but the heavenly things themselves be purified with better sacrifices than are those. For Christ is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are patterns of true things, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the sight of God for us. Not that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entereth into the holy places every year in strange blood, for then must he have often suffered since the foundation of the world. But now once in the end of the world hath he appeared, to put away sin, by the sacrifice of himself. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, and after this the judgment, even so Christ once offered to take away the sins of many, the second time shall be seen without sin of them which wait for him unto salvation.